morning. Today we are going to start this new chapter. It is differentiation. This is about the differentiation, the most awaited chapter of class 11, the most reputed topic for class 11 is the differentiation. This is actually calculus. Differentiation is the part of calculus. So today we are going to begin the differentiation. Clear? Now in the differentiation, the first thing that we are going to talk today is about the differentiation from the first principle. We have many methods of differentiation. We have multiple methods of differentiation. Is it okay? Now the first thing is we are going to begin with the first principle. How can we differentiate a given function by using the first principle? This is the name of the method by which we are going to begin the differentiation. So we are going to first of all learn differentiation from the first principle. By using the first principle, how can we differentiate a given function? Okay. So first of all, I have this process in 5 steps. We will try to understand the 5 steps and then we will have example, and connecting the process we will try to solve the question. Is it alright? So the first step is, since you are going to differentiate a given function, that function we are normally denoting by fx. We are representing it by fx. So step number 1 is put the function equal to y. So what we can do is we will assume the given function as equal to y. Clear? And then we will name it as equation number 1. Please remember, the step is very important. If you try to skip the method process step, your marks also will be reduced. So solving the question, finding the derivative of the given function by using the first principle, the steps are very important. Your marks will be distributed on the steps. Okay, so please do not try to skip any of the steps. Step number 1 is assume the function to be y. Take the function as equal to y and name it as equation number 1. Then now what we can do is, in this function we will increase the y and fx. We will increase the x and the y and the x by a small quantity, right? By small increment. There will be a small increment in the value of y, and there will be a small increment in the value of x. That small increment is denoted by delta. So we have to increase the value of this y by a very small quantity. We will call it as delta y, and also at the same time we will increase the value of x by a very small quantity, and we will call it as delta x. So we will get a new function, and that new function will be from this equation number 1. We will be getting, because now we are increasing the value of y by a small quantity, this is called as delta y. This is delta y. Am I very clear? We need to know how to write the delta y. There are 2 different ways of writing delta y. We can write this as this one, okay? Or we can also denote it by a small triangle. This is the notation for delta. Am I very clear? So these are the notation. So step number 2 is we are increasing y and x by a small quantity. We are calling it as a delta y and delta x. So x is increased by small quantity. So with x we will have plus delta x. And this equation will be named as equation number 2. Is this okay? Now we will separate equation number 1 from equation number 2 to get the value of delta y. So in step number 3, it's written here, find delta y by subtracting equation 1 from 2. So when you subtract equation number 1 from equation number 2, right, you will be getting the value of delta y, because y plus delta y, you are going to subtract 1 from 2. So first you write y plus delta y, and then you are subtracting equation number 1. So minus y plus y will be cancelled, and you will be left with the delta y, and that is how you will get the value of delta y. And the same thing we will do on the other side. From the first equation you are getting this as fx, the function is fx. Second equation, your function becomes f function of x plus delta x. So this minus this. Is this very clear? This is step number 3. After calculating the value of delta y, now we are dividing both the side by delta x, because we are going to differentiate them in terms of x. Therefore, we are dividing this both the side by delta x. So divide both the side by delta x to find delta y over delta x. So when you divide this side by delta x, you will be getting delta y by delta x. That is called as the dy by dx. Is this very clear? And after dividing them and finding the ratio, right? When you divide this by delta x, you will be getting the ratio as a delta y over delta x. Is it all right? And after this final step is, now we have to take limit on both the side. We will take limit on both the side, right? We will take limit on both the side. When you take the limit on both the side by after dividing by delta x, where your limit will be tending to 0. Delta x will be tending to 0. Clear? Then this will give you the final result. So these are the 5 steps. Now I am going to show you a question where you will see exactly how we are applying the 5 steps. Is it all right? Okay. Now here also I have given you a note. This is just for information. This is just for information. Okay. This is very important. You have to use it while solving the numerator, but this is just for information. This method of finding the derivative is called as the differentiation from definition. We can call this method as, there are many names of this method. Okay. One of the name is differentiation from the definition, or we can call it as from first principle, finding the derivative from the first principle, or we can also call it as ab initio, because we are using it by doing it by finding the ratio. So ab initio, this is the Greek name, and then last one is the delta method, because we are also using delta. Therefore, the name of this method is also called as delta method. So these are the 4 different names. So this is just for you to have in your mind. Sometimes when you see the new name, you get shocked. Okay. So now I will show you the 5 steps with a simple question of exercise 16a. Exercise 16a. The first question I am taking is 1a. Okay. Question number 1. There is no a. Question number 1. Here the function is 2x. This is your question. This is your function. Is it okay? Now we are asked to differentiate this 2x by using the first principle. So let us start with the step. Step number 1 is equate these to y. Right? Put the function equal to y. So step number 1 is y is equal to 2x. So we have equated this 2x with y. And then we are asked to name it number 1. So we are naming it as number 1. Next one is, you have to now increase both the side by a small quantity. So y will be increased by delta y and x will be increased by delta x. So y plus delta y is equal to 2 is a number. We can't do anything with the number. Number value cannot be increased or decreased. Okay. X will become then x plus delta x. Is it okay? So we have increased x and y by a small quantity. That small quantity is delta y this side, and this side is delta x. Right? Now if we want, we can even simplify this. First let us simplify this and then we will name this equation. When you simplify, it becomes 2x plus 2 delta x. And now we will name this as equation number 2. Is it okay? So step number 2 is clear. Now step number 3, we are going to find the value of delta y. And for that we will subtract equation number 1 from equation number 2. So I will write subtracting equation 1 from equation 2. So we are going to start y plus delta y minus y. We are subtracting equation number 1 from equation number 2. So this minus this. And on the right hand side, 2x plus 2 delta x. This is your right question number 2, and from here minus 2x. Alright, so we have now subtracted, we are done with the step number 3. We have subtracted equation number 1 from equation number 2, and after doing this we may have to simplify. So this y and this y will be cancelled. You are now getting the value of delta y, right? And then this side 2x and minus 2x is cancelled. You are getting 2 delta x. Clear? So after subtracting you have simplified. Now we are moving on to step number 4. Step number 4 is dividing both the sides by delta x. So we are going to divide delta y divided by delta x, right hand side, 2 delta x divided by delta x, right? And again after dividing, if there is any possibility to simplify, we will simplify. So here this can be simplified, and then this gets only 2. You are done with the step number 4. Now we have to take the limit. So taking limit on both the side, taking limit on both sides. Alright? So this will then turn into dy by dx. When you take the limit, we can write this as dy by dx. Or we can also write this as derivative of the function fx. This is read as derivative of fx. Okay? So either you write this notation or you write this notation. You can write any one of these two notations. Am I understood? And then right hand side, we are going to take the limit delta x tending to 0, and what is left is to be written here. Is this okay? Now in the final step, you have to take the value of delta x as equal to 0. So that means now wherever you find delta x, you have to put the value as equal to 0. Fortunately, in this function, we don't have any delta x, therefore this value cannot be used, and so your answer is only 2. Is this okay? So therefore, your final answer is derivative of, your function was 2x. So 2x is equal to 2. This is your answer. In place of this 2x, you can even write y also. There is no problem. You can either write 2x or you can write y. Both are same because both are equal. Therefore, any one of these two can come here. So, I tried to explain you all the 5 steps with this simple question. Alright. Now, I am going to continue many more questions of this exercise so that your doubts, when you do this, follow this 5 steps repeatedly for some many questions, then you will definitely enjoy. And I can tell you right now, since you are seeing this type of question for the first time, maybe for a moment you will find a little complication, but I can assure you that each one of you will be able to enjoy the differentiation using the first principle. Not only by using the first principle, in fact in differentiation we will learn many more methods, and then I am pretty sure that you will not find any complication, any difficulty. You might have heard so many things about differentiation from your senior friends, but I can give you a guarantee that you will definitely like it, you will enjoy, and you will feel very proud to say that I am comfortable, I am good in differentiation. Thank you. So I will move on to the next question. Then I will remove this paper because some questions are quite lengthy and it will not fit in the board. That is why I'm going to remove this one, and please you can have a note of this. Thank you. We are moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, this is the function whose derivative is going to be calculated by using the first principle. So once again, as usual, we will assume this as equal to y. Since I myself is going to do many questions, so just by watching me only you will understand everything, right? So please keep watching very carefully. Now after assuming this as equal to y, I can name this as equation number 2. Next step is I am going to increase. Okay, in this equation, because it is quadratic, right? So before we just name it equation number 1, better if we can simplify this, right? So using the perfect square a minus b whole square expansion, we can first of all simplify this as x square minus 2x plus 1. Now this function is simplified. finding the derivative of this function will be much more easier than finding the derivative of this one, right? For this also we have method, okay? For this also we have method, but then in the long run you will learn, okay? So, as far as possible, try to find the derivative by simplifying the function. Now, I am going to increase the value of y by small quantity y plus delta y. That means on the right hand side also, all the x will increase. So, this will be x plus delta x square minus 2x plus delta x. Wherever you will find x, you have to increase it by 1 by delta x. Is this okay? Now here also, before we give name, we will simplify the function, and only then the function only will be named as equation number 2. So this we will name as, now we can use a plus b whole square once again. So this is x square plus twice x delta x plus delta x square. Now open this bracket, minus 2x minus 2 delta x, and this is plus 1. After simplifying this given function, we are also going to simplify one more step if there is any like term, right? So do we have any like term? X square plus 2, this is x square, this is delta x square, they are not same. This is 2x dx and this is 2 delta x, this is just 2x, so there is no like term. Finally, we can name this as equation number 2. Because after opening the bracket, after simplifying, sometimes you may get some like term, and then better to reduce and make the function as small as possible. Now we are going to subtracting equation 1 from equation 2. So what do we get? Y plus delta y minus y, right hand side, first of all we'll write this part, x square plus 2x delta x plus delta x square minus 2x minus 2 delta x plus 1. Now after this we are going to write down the right hand side of equation number 1. Now since there is subtraction, right, that means after writing this part we are going to put minus sign and then we will write this one, okay? So since you will have a minus sign, so we need to know that when you are writing this term, right, you have to change the sign of all this term because of the minus sign. So I will write a minus sign here and then changing the sign. This positive, I already changed the sign. This is x square. This negative will become positive 2x. This positive will become negative minus 1. Right? If you all have any doubt, you can ask me, okay, in the WhatsApp group. After writing this part, we can see if there is anything that can be simplified. So plus x square minus x square minus 2x plus 2x plus 1 minus 1. So these many things are simplified. Now we are left with 2x delta x square minus 2 delta x. So these three terms are left. And in all these three terms, you can see that delta x is common. So we will write down all the three terms with delta x as common. So delta x is common, take it out. From here you will get 2x. From here you will get just delta x because one delta x is out. And from here you will get minus 2. Right? On the right hand side, this and this is cancelled. You are left with delta y. This is your step number 3. Now in the step number 4, you are dividing this by delta x on both the sides. So here itself I can do delta x and this also divided by delta x. Clear? What will happen? This delta x is cancelled. And after this, now final fifth step is taking the limit. So take limit on both the sides. So this will turn into dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tending to 0. Now write the function 2x delta x minus 2. Am I clear? Now final answer. You have to take the limit. So wherever you see this delta x, there you can put 0. So this part will become 0, the rest will be as it is. So you can write the answer as 2x minus 2. Okay, this is your answer. But in this answer, you can see here 2 is a common factor. So we will take out the 2 common factor and write the answer in the simplest form. So 2 into x minus 1. This is your answer. Hope I could make you clear. Okay. Again, we'll see some more questions. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is question number 4. A different type question. Here it's a radical question. Okay. A number with a root sign are called as radical number. A number with radical sign, a number with root sign means radical sign, is called as radical question. So we will now learn how to solve this type of radical questions. Okay. We will follow the same step. Step number 1 is y is equal to, as usual, 1 over root x. Now we will name this as equation number 1 because this is a monomial and this cannot be simplified anymore. So we will just leave it as it is. Now step number 2 is y plus delta y is equal to 1 over root over x plus delta x. Is it okay? This is as named as equation number 2. Now what do you do after this? You are subtracting equation number 1 from equation number 2. So let us write subtracting equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, now y plus delta y minus y on right hand side, left side 1 over root over x plus delta x minus 1 over root of x. Alright, now these are two fraction numbers, so we will simplify the way normally we simplify the two fraction number. So let us continue. LCM of these two will be, because they don't have common divisor, so we can just multiply and get the LCM, root over x plus delta x. And you know that whenever you get the LCM by direct multiplication, numerator we can obtain by cross multiplication. So root of x minus root of x plus delta x. Is it okay? Now this needs to be rationalized. So we are going to rationalize. Same time this y and minus y cancel. This is delta y is equal to, we are rationalizing. So root x minus, first of all I will rewrite the function x plus delta x divided by root of x into root of x plus delta x. Now rationalization, you know, like this is, we will multiply numerator and the denominator both by the same number with a different sign. So into root of x plus root of x plus delta x divided by same number root x plus root over x plus delta x. Clear? Now by doing so you can see the numerator will come in the form of factor of difference of a square. So the numerator can be converted into difference of a square. So delta y is equal to root of x square minus root of x plus delta x square. Denominator will be as it is, root x root over x plus delta x. This is in the form of sum, so we'll write in the bracket root of x plus root of x plus delta x. Clear? Now you know the square and square root will cancel each other, so this will become just a square x and this will become x plus delta x only. Is this okay? So in the next step, delta y is equal to, this will become x, this will become just x plus delta x, and same time I will open the bracket so that I can simplify the sign. When I open the bracket, before that there is a minus sign, Therefore, the sign of these two will change. So this x will become minus x, this delta x will become minus delta x. Denominator as it is, root of x into root of x plus delta x, in the bracket root of x plus root of x plus delta x. Am I clear? Now this x and this minus x is cancelled, right? So see here, till now we are done with 3 steps. Assuming function as y, then increasing both the side by a small quantity, and then subtraction. So by subtraction and the end of the subtraction we are getting this result. This is the end of your step number 3. Now step number 4, what? We are going to divide this by delta y, delta x. So delta y divided by delta x. In the numerator we are left with minus delta x. Minus delta x. In the denominator, here also we are going to divide it by delta x. So delta x I have introduced, then I will write the remaining quantity. Root of x plus delta x, in the bracket root of x plus root of x plus delta x. Am I clear? Now you can see this is simplified. Now in numerator you have only minus 1, don't say 0. The number divided by itself is always 1, and this is negative, so it is minus 1. In the numerator now you are left with minus 1. So step number 4 also is done. Now only the thing is taking the limit on both the sides. So taking limit on both the sides. Okay, so what happens? This will then turn into dy by dx. We can write them as dy by dx. Right hand side, limit delta x tending to 0. Now just rewrite the remaining function, minus 1 over root of x into root of x plus delta x, bracket root of x plus root of x plus delta x. Is it okay? Now once you have taken the limit, you just have to put the value of delta x as equal to 0. So wherever you find delta x, you can just make it as 0. So this dy by dx is equal to numerator minus 1, denominator what happens? This root x will remain as it is only because there is no delta x. This part here, this part will become 0. So only we will be left with the root x. So again here root x. Now bracket. This root x will be again as it is, and then plus sign. This will also become just root x. Am I clear? Now see the final answer. Minus 1 over root x into root x. You know, like root into root, no root. So this will, since you are multiplying, therefore the root will be operated, and therefore this will become x. Clear? But in this case, you are not multiplying. So you cannot say that root x plus root x will become no root x. This can't be. Please remember, root x into root x is no root only when you are multiplying. Into I am saying. But if there is plus or minus sign, then this cannot happen. The root cannot disappear. So in that case, we will simply add it. We will simply add, and the coefficient of this one is 1, the coefficient of this one is 1. So root x plus root x will become 2 root x. This is 2 root x. Am I very clear? So your final answer could be dy by dx is equal to minus 1 over 2x root x. Either you can leave the answer like this, correct answer, or you want to make them same, then you can minus 1 over, you know, like this is 2 and this is the power of this x is 1. The power of this x is root sign means power half. So if you use the product law of exponential number, then the power will be added. So power 1 and power half added, it becomes x to the power 3 over 2. So either your answer can be this, or you can leave your answer into this. You can leave the answer in any form. Both the answers are equally correct. Hope I am somehow clear. So in this video, I will end the session here itself. Otherwise the video will become too lengthy. the many more questions we will do in some other part. This is just part 1 of exercise 16a. I will make at least 2 more part of this exercise so that you can have a maximum question and minimum problem. Thank you so much. Enjoy learning maths. Take care. Stay at home.